Good morning, everybody. Have you ever worked with people who are very cocky, very arrogant, always talk about how good they are, how successful they're going to be, and basically try and put everybody else down in the workplace? Ever worked with anybody like that? Well, I have too. So my name is Mandie Cran and welcome to my moment of reflection for the week. I've been doing these for about 5 years now, with the aim really to help you take a moment out of your busy day and just see the world through different eyes. Please like and share as we go through, and especially if there's somebody you think this would help, then please pass this on to them. So the quote for this week is, "Work hard in silence, let success be your noise." And I've worked in a very interesting organisation, which was the Army, and we are taught as part of our training to be confident, very confident, because you have to be very confident to lead people. But some of that overspills slightly in slightly other different ways. And I'm sure you've worked with people who are very confident, very cocky, always talking about how good they are, how successful they are, and so on. And sometimes you might have felt like, I'm not like them at all. I'm never going to be able to be as good as them. Well, I really want to sort of address that balance today. And think about a couple of scenarios, perhaps in the workplace or in training that you might be in. So you might be doing a training course, for example, whether it's a BTEC, a degree, anything like that. And there'll be people who are saying, I was working so hard last night, I was up till 2 a.m. finishing an assignment, and and they'll always be going on about how hard it is and how hard they're working. Whereas hopefully what you are doing is just actually quietly getting on with it, because that's what you're there to do anyway. Maybe it's a sales environment and you have various targets you have to reach. There's always going to be somebody in the office who is saying, I cracked that this month and I've got X new clients next week, and I'm busy doing this, that and the other. But you again are just quietly getting on with it and just working away as what you're paid to do. Maybe you're in a recruiting organisation and it's about putting people into new roles or recruiting people for your company, whatever it might be. And there's probably going to be targets, and there were people again who are saying, I'm going to smash the target this month, and again you'll just be quietly working away in the background, doing what you need to be doing because that's what you're paid to do. Now, of course, there's 3 possible outcomes with all of this. The first one is that you work incredibly hard in the background, but actually you don't achieve particularly good results. But at least you haven't lost any face by doing that. You haven't said, I'm going to achieve X, Y and Z. Because you've been working silently anyway, people don't know how hard you've been working. So that's absolutely fine. You've saved face, and you know that perhaps you need to work a bit harder next time. The second option, of course, for all those people who are very cocky and arrogant, is they've been talking about how wonderful they are and all the targets they're going to achieve, and then it gets to the end of the month, the year, the period, whatever it might be, and actually they haven't done that well. And so they're not going to be liked, they're going to be shown up. Now, if you've also been talking about how confident you are and how clever you are and so on, and then you beat them, then actually that makes, while you've achieved the results, people aren't really going to respect you because you've been cocky and confident and arrogant, and that doesn't really tend to go down very well with people. And the third outcome is, of course, that you've been working very hard and you've actually outdone the people who've been very talkative and very confident about how they're doing. And that's the best place to be, because you've proved through your actions and through the results that you've been working harder than them. So you've proved to them that actually they're not that good, that you're better than them. And then they won't like that, but they can't argue with the results, because actions speak much louder than words, and words tend to upset people far more than actions do, especially in this particular context. And so it's far better for you to work hard and then beat them and outdo the confident, cocky people in the office. And so my top tip with all of this would be, if you do work hard in silence and then be really successful, always be surprised, because then people won't see you as just trying to bluff them and be overconfident. And certainly in my line of work, I was the only woman, and so whenever I achieved anything, then especially if I did beat all the other guys, which sometimes did happen, then I would always be incredibly surprised. Well, I was surprised anyway, actually, but also I would genuinely be surprised. But also I was very confident, very clear. I didn't want to make people think that I was confident under the surface and over cocky. So I was always very surprised when I achieved things. And most of that actually was pretty genuine. But I have to say I did work incredibly hard under the surface to make that happen. So my question for you this week is to make sure that you are in the camp which works hard in silence and let success be your noise, because I can guarantee you that's a much, much better place to be, and you'll be much more likely to respected in the workplace, on your course, whatever it might be, by doing so. So that was my thought for the week. If we haven't met yet, my name is Mandie Cran, and people come to me when they realise they need to make changes in their life if they want to have better health and quality family time in the years ahead. So if that connects with you, then let's chat. You can connect with me here. Otherwise, please join me next week live at 10 o'clock on Facebook, where I'm going to be talking about Macbeth, who's a character I'm sure you all know. So we're going to have an interesting look at Macbeth. So do join me then, and in the meantime, have a fabulous week.